What's up guys, Alex here back with another video, and so this is the second time that I've tried making this video because the first time I didn't really like the way it turned out, so I decided to make it again. I don't have a phone stand or anything either, so I got a comment asking me how I wrecked my truck, and so I'm going to explain that to the best of my ability. So I was going down a road, I won't say which road or where, but I was going down a road. It was me and my friend. He was in his truck, and we were headed home, and this truck pulled out of a parking lane that was on the side of the road, on the right side of the road. This other truck pulled out of this parking lane and tried to cut my friend off. Well, that didn't work. So as soon as they got a chance, they jumped over into the left lane, which I was riding in the left lane, they were riding in the right lane for a minute or so. And hold on. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah. So they jumped out of this parking spot into the right lane, which is the lane that they were supposed to be in. I was in the left lane. And then they immediately decided that they wanted to be in the left lane, so they put their blinker on, and they maybe had 2 foot between the back of their truck and the front of my truck. And keep in mind, there was like 2 car lengths between me and my friend. There was plenty of room. They could have sped up or got behind me or whatever. So they get over, and I slammed on my brakes trying to stop and locked up my tires, as you do sometimes. So I locked up all 4 of my tires, and I slid for a minute, and they slammed on their brakes, still like 60% in their lane, and I hit the back driver's side quarter panel. If you don't know what that is, if you look on your vehicle, on the side of it, toward the back, that's the quarter panel, the quarter side panel. So my hood came up like this. That's why my hood was so bent up in the last video. And then it was weird because I honestly think that if the frame had ran through because it's a body on frame truck, so the body just sat on top of the frame, and the frame didn't run through the fenders or anything. But if they had run through the fenders, I don't think the damage would have been quite as severe. And I probably hit them at 15 to 20 miles an hour ish. I'm not really sure how fast I was going, but I know I was doing under the speed limit. I'm not really sure how fast I was going because I wasn't paying attention to the speedometer at the time. I was trying not to hit them, but I swerved, trying to avoid them, and they just kept coming. And then finally they just slammed on the brakes, and I'm like, really? Like, you couldn't have waited. But so I hit them, and before I got the fender off my truck, I couldn't open the passenger side door. Like, it was stuck shut for about from the time that I hit them to the time that I started working on it. And I couldn't find my headlight for almost a month after the accident because it was where my engine should have been. But so the fender was crunched, and the headlight was in the fender. It was actually inside of the fender. So I opened the hood, which was a pain, and couldn't find the headlight. I finally looked under the fender, and it was there. I was like, wow, I cannot believe I hit them that hard. So I managed to break my headlight, crack my radiator, crack my battery, break my AC. My entire AC unit was destroyed. The windshield obviously did not crack or shatter or anything like that. The airbags did not go off, which honestly was quite a surprise to me too. If that surprises you, don't worry, it surprised me too. But yeah, it was just the whole situation, because my truck ended up having to be towed away. So I turned it off, and then they towed it away. My passenger side tire was pinched by my fender, so it wasn't rolling anymore. And we had to move it, and we actually had to use another truck to yank the fender out enough so that we could roll the truck. And that's pretty much how that happened. My fender not my fender. My radiator support was destroyed. My radiator was cracked in half. So part of it is standing up straight on the driver's side, and then the passenger side half is like slumped over. And I think the engine internally is fine. I really do. And the frame isn't bent, so that's a good sign. So we're gonna see if it's savable, which I think it is. But, oh, and this person that I hit, they did put their blinker on, but again, there was only 2 foot of distance. It was like maybe that much room, maybe a little bit more, and at 30 miles an hour, you can't stop in that distance. So yeah, it was her fault. And I basically tried to stop, and there was a curb. So on the driver's side of my truck, which I didn't really care about at the time, there was a curb, which really I should have just hit the curb and blown a front tire or something, because that would have been better. But there was a curb. I didn't want to hit the curb. I didn't want to hit her, and really I should have hit the curb, I think, because I probably still would have driven home, and even if I blew a tire, I had a spare, so it didn't really matter. But I really should have hit the curb. Like, that's all there is to it. And yeah, that's pretty much how that happened. Again, there was 2 car lengths in front of us, between me and my friend, and there was absolutely nobody behind me. So she could have just waited for me to pass. There was nobody behind me. I don't get how people are. But again, I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody, but yeah, that was quite the event. So they ended up towing my truck away. I rode home with my friend the rest of the way, and yeah, so I rear-ended a truck after they brake checked me, basically. I mean, that's the short version of it, but yep, if you guys want me to make any more videos on like the progress of the truck or anything else like that, just let me know, or any kind of gaming videos, just let me know, and I will do my best to make those videos. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.